Okay, good morning, students. In the today's class, I am going to discuss about the inversions of four-bar chain. So, actually, whenever we talk about the inversions, we are supposed to study the inversions of four-bar chain, inversions of single slider crank chain, and inversions of double slider crank chain. We are supposed to study. Now, first of all, let us take inversions of four-bar chain. So, in this, we are going to study the crank and lever mechanism, double crank mechanism, coupled wheel of a locomotive, and pantograph. So, what is exactly a inversion once again? So, in a four-bar mechanism, if you fix any one link, it will become a mechanism. By fixing different links at different times, we are going to get different motions. So, that's how we are going to get the inversions. So, first one is the crank and lever mechanism. So, it is the first inversion of four-bar mechanism. So, in this case, it has four links as shown in figure. You can see the figure. So, when one of the two remaining links adjacent to the shortest link is fixed, any one of the two remaining links of adjacent to shortest link is fixed, the crank lever mechanism results. That is, when the shortest link is rotated, the link opposite to the crank will oscillate. This is the example of crank and lever mechanism. Example is the beam engine, as you can see here. So when the crank rotates, right, and the link opposite to the crank will oscillate or reciprocate, and which is used in oil pumps. The second inversion is double crank mechanism or drag link mechanism. So it is a four-bar mechanism as shown in figure. You can see clearly AB one link, BC one link, CD one link, and AD is the frame. It is a fixed link. It is a double crank four-bar mechanism in which the shortest link is fixed here. Here, the shortest link is fixed. So when the shortest link is fixed, and you can see in the figure, when the link AB is driving at uniform speed, right, the crank CD will rotate at uniform speed, right. The AB link is rotating. When the AB link is rotating, the CD will also rotate with uniform speed, but the speed with which the link AB rotates is different from the speed of the link CD here. The main advantage of this mechanism is that, so when the AB rotates an angle of alpha, as you can see in the sketch here, when the AB rotates at an angle alpha, the counterclockwise direction, the link CD rotates through 180 degrees. In the, as you can see, the arc C dash C dash, you can see in the figure. And when the AB rotates at an angle beta, when the link AB rotates at an angle beta in the counterclockwise direction, the link CD rotates through 180 degrees here. So you can design the mechanism in such a way that, right. So the movement of that is this type of mechanism used in for example the cutting shaper or cutting mechanisms, where we have to ensure that we know that in the case of the shaper, right, the cutting stroke will take more time rather than the return stroke. So this mechanism can be used for cutting, where the cutting stroke can be the movement of the cutting stroke can be taken adjusted to long, and the return stroke, which is the ideal, so the time can be reduced, so that it comes back, the tool head comes back very fast, so that it should be ready for the next stroke. And therefore the movement of the ram from right to left is the cutting stroke, and the ratio alpha to beta is known as the time ratio. The third one is the coupled wheel of a locomotive. So this is the best example of our locomotive, the rail engines. So if you see the old trains, you can see the engine, the four that is the wheels will be rotating and four links will be rotating, and at constant speed. So in this, it is the adjustment is that the opposite links will be having the same length. As you can see in the sketch here, in the case of coupled wheels of the locomotive, the length of the link AB is equal to the length of the link CD. AB is equal to CD, and at the same time, the length of the link, the shortest link AD is equal to the length of the link BC, right? So this is a best example where it can be used to couple the two wheels. Locomotive is the best example. So when the link AD rotates, or when the crank AD rotates, automatically the crank BC also rotates with the same speed, which is the best example of locomotive, or you can see in the trains mechanism, right? And you can see here the pantograph is the fourth mechanism, which is what we call it as a double lever mechanism. This is the fourth inversion of 4-bar mechanism. You can see in the sketch here, right? So in this case, if you see the link, the length of the link AB is equal to the length of the link CD, and the length of the link AD is equal to length of the link BC here, right? So it is a 4-bar chain in the form of a parallelogram. It is 4-bar link in the form of parallelogram, and link BC is extended to the point P. Link BC is extended to the point P here. So in this link, in this mechanism, the link 1 is fixed here. So from the, you can see from the triangles, right, A P dash D and C dash P dash, right, you can see in the sketch, it is clear that P dash, small p dash and capital P dash will follow the similar path, right? They follow the similar path here. So ultimately, when you just try to rotate, oscillate the link CD, the path traced by P and P dash will be in the similar path. Therefore, here this type of mechanisms can be used to draw the figures in enlarged scale or reduced scale. You know that whenever we want to sketch any diagram to the enlarged scale, or you can see AMD or CED, you might have studied. Whenever you want to draw any object to the bigger size, to the higher scale, this type of mechanism is used. So this is what we call it as a pantograph mechanism, right? So here the ratio of the motion P dash to capital P will be, you can, as it is written here, A P dash by A capital P dash, or B dash C dash divided by B dash P dash. You can see in the sketch. The exact motion of any link to a reduced or enlarged scale can be obtained with the help of this device. So this is these are the examples of a 4-bar mechanism, or a 4-bar chain. Best way, what we call it, is a 4-bar chain here. So one thing, important thing is that whenever you should practice, whenever the mechanism is asked, you should practice the sketch and which link you are going to fix, that you should clearly written, and how the motion is transformed from one link to the other. You can see in the crank and lever mechanism, the rotary motion is converted into oscillatory motion, and here in the case of the double crank mechanism or drag link mechanism, here the rotary motion is converted to the rotary motion, right, where the motion of the CD is dragged, to use, which can be used as for cutting the different types of machines. In the cutting stroke, it can be used, like example in shaper, right? And you can see the coupled wheels of a locomotive. Here the condition is opposite links will be having the same length here. As the one link rotates, other will also rotate. And fourth one is pantograph, which is used to draw the enlarged or reduced figures. These are the four inversions of the 4-bar chain. Okay. So next class I am going to talk about the inversions of single slider crank chain. Right. Thank you.